Hello, my soul family. How is everybody doing? Just a heads up. This reading was actually supposed to come out for the new moon. Just one thing led to another. It just never happened. Everything happens for a reason. That's my core belief. And I believe it's been meant to be posted and pushed up to the full moon. That doesn't mean you're not going to have another reading next week. You're going to have an extra reading. It's going to be what your higher self has been trying to tell you. And in addition to that, I'm going to send out my first meditation, but it's going to be a Reiki on this channel. So look out for that. That also is going to come out. It's probably going to be before or after I end up posting this pick a card. So if you hear me saying for the new moon, just disregard that. It is for the full moon. It is for this upcoming full moon, which is Monday, 17th of January. I will see you guys very, very soon. Love you all so much. Have a great 2 weeks. Ciao.
Welcome back to your meditation for your bi-weekly forecast. Pick a card reading. This is group 1, group 2, and group 3. Take a couple of deep breaths in. Start visualizing roots from the soles of your feet going all the way down to the center of Mother Earth. Try to imagine or feel a channel of light from the top of your head going all the way up, 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 up to the suns of all suns. You can close your eyes, or you can take a soft gaze at the 3 piles. When you're ready, you can open your eyes and pay attention to which deck, pile, which card, the back of the card, attracts you the most. Could be the colors, the symbols, the position, where it falls on the altar. And when you're ready, let's begin. Welcome back. Sorry for the delay. This is your bi-weekly forecast, bi-weekly pick a card tarot forecast. How is everybody doing? Let's start with that. How are you doing? Let me know down in the comment section. These have been emotional times, but I feel like there's like shifts going on. Let me know if you're feeling that too. So welcome my group 1s. These messages were technically supposed to be given last week for January's new moon, but here we are.
So instead, this is going to be for the full moon, but I will add an extra reading next week. It's going to be what your higher self has been trying to tell you. So that's going to come out on Wednesday. And you're also going to get a meditation, my first of this channel. Look out for that. I'm just debating if it's going to be before or after I post this card reading.
So let's get right to it. It's like usual. We do your overall energy. This time I've added even a oracle. And then we do what we need to know, where is it all going, and then a message from a oracle deck. And let's see. Ooh, yay! This is so much fun. You have the Empress, and you are the light. Oh yes, my group 1s. Let's see. Well, first things first, keep doing the work. You have been working on yourself. You've been working on your inner light. You've been working on shining this light. And I mean, this Empress card, this major arcana that's going to follow you throughout the next 2 weeks. It's like a confirmation. She's the ultimate abundance card. She's the queen of all queens. She's handling every area of her life, and she's doing it swiftly and effortlessly, right? The traditional card, she's seated on her throne and everything is just blossoming. She is pregnant. I mean, she is just exuberating this unconditional love, awareness. She's grounded. And the next few weeks, I feel like it's just going to be confirmations. I feel like the only thing that you're going to have to really, really remember is that you are the light. To remember that and to keep shining it. And this doesn't mean that you need to, this absolutely doesn't mean that you need to put your shadows or the dark side of what's going on in your life or within your head or in your heart locked away in a cupboard. No, not at all. It's the yin and the yang, right? If the light just takes over and eats the dark side, the yang side, well, it disappears. Same thing with the dark side and the yang part of the yin and the yang. If it just gobbles up the light, the yin, it completely disappears. So here is more like a gentle reminder that you are not meant here to change things that is out of your control. You're meant to hold an image of what you want to see in the world, of who you want to be in the world, of what you would like. If you've been thinking about humanity and everything that's been going on, what would you like to see humanity overcome? Or if you want them to come together, imagine them actually working together. How would that feel? How would that look like? How would that be? If it's in terms of just your own home and the way that you handle, or your workspace or specific relationships, how do you want that to look? I feel like you've done some new moon work, and now it's to really practice what you preach. You want to manifest? Well, this is a reminder you need to practice. You can't just say you want to manifest and then, binge watch some shows that are all about murder and drama. It doesn't go like that. I mean, you need to balance that out. I mean, there's nothing wrong with a bit of adventure and a bit of drama, but at the end of the day, you have to remember that goes into your subconscious. Whether you are a master in meditation, whether you are good at changing the way your mind operates and thinks, it's still a broadcast. It's still broadcasting a signal and is going into your subconscious mind. I was doing a program, and part of this program was to heal this emotional side. And I was told that with every traumatic event or anything that gets you angry or annoyed or anything that lowers your frequency, you need to think 3 visuals that uplift you to kind of cancel out that one. I think it's 3 to 5 visuals. So every time you think of, how the world is unfair and it brings you down and you feel it, and trust me, you'll feel it. You need to counteract that image or those thoughts with 3 to 5 images that bring you joy, that bring you happiness, this visualizations of peace and this calmness, 3 to 5 times to just cancel it, right? So that could be one of your tools that you can use in the next 2 weeks. Some of you might be getting pregnant or thinking about getting pregnant. I don't know, this to me is like a seed, and a seed that's morphing and evolving. So I feel like that might be something in the works or something new. I feel like some of you are going to have new relationships or new friendships. I don't know why I'm getting that vibe, but it's, yeah. It could be just because everything is just so pink and so lovey, and the Empress is all about, unconditional love. And she's, like I said, the abundance card, right? She's abundant in everything, including relationships. That's why I see it. And I see matters of the heart, I see the heart over here behind. You have the lung and then you have a heart. So yeah, matters of the heart are going to be showing up in a good way. And like I said, just keep shining the light. Keep staying grounded and focused. Very important the next 2 weeks to stay grounded. Grounded and focused. Be lasered eye vision. That doesn't mean you have to be, in denial of what's going on. However, it's not going to serve you. You can't control what you cannot control. You cannot change what you cannot control, right? So with that said, let's see. What do we need to know? The King of Coins in reversed. The Four of Swords upright. And then you have the Five of Swords reversed. What we need to know is deep, deep rest. The Four of Swords is like the only card right now that is upright between the King of Coins and the Five of Swords. I feel like you've been feeling defeated. And when we feel defeated, we need to take rests because we're not able to see a situation for what it is. Feel defeated, or maybe you've been winning a lot of arguments, or there's just like an inequality here right now of give and take, but more importantly of one person. This card represents like a fight. One person loses, one person is the victor, but it's usually a very blatant victory. It's not something that is beneficial. It's one of those victories that there's always someone that gets hurt and stifled. So whatever it is, you need to take moments of peace and rest to see things for what they are. Like if you are the one that's, victor, are you really seeing the situation for its true colors? And is your victory really helping the situation, or is it just prolonging the healing? When the ego gets in the way, healing is very hard. There's very little healing in these situations. I feel like it's like putting salt in your wound, right? Is it really necessary? No. Yes, it's going to help. It's going to heal it, but there's so many other ways of doing it where you don't have to feel that much pain, or maybe the other person, or maybe just the situation in itself, right? And on the same, or if you're the one that has lost, it's very important to rest in any kind of defeat. Also to see things for what they are. Is it really a loss? Is it really a situation that where you're not gaining anything from it? Maybe there's a different perspective, but you'll only be able to see that if you actually sit down and you just calm the mind, calm the body, calm the soul, sleep on it. We underplay how important sleeping on it is. Then you have the King of Coins in reverse too. And this too, I feel like you've been really working hard and making the money, getting into a stable, what's it called, foundation in terms of that. And it could actually be taking a toll on you. And it's going to be very important to just stay at home, not do anything. If you have kids involved, maybe just allowing them to be with themselves while you take a it might be a time to also teach them that grown-ups need alone time too, or they need a little bit of rest, or it doesn't have to be long. It could be 30 minutes, it could be 1 hour. It also teaches the kid how to play on their own, right? So that's what we need to know. So this is going to be very important for you for the next 2 weeks. Where is it all going? Yay! We have the Emperor. Look at that. The Empress and the Emperor have arrived. Ooh, yes. I love seeing that. So where is it all going? Emperor. Though for those who don't know what the Emperor is, he's like the ultimate entrepreneur. You have the ultimate abundance card over here, which is the ultimate yin card, which is just accept and receive, and it's all about manifestation and all about shining your light. And then you have the Emperor here. So I feel like this rest from whatever situation is going on here, whether you lost a job, because I'm sensing that also that might be a situation too. It's in reverse. So maybe you recently lost a job, you've been working hard, or you feel like this defeat of some sort, but you really, really need to rest. I feel like you're gonna have like a jolt of something incredible, a thought, an idea, something that is going to propel you into a new endeavor. Maybe all I know is that you're gonna overcome it. And this Emperor, this major arcana that is rooted in just seeing the bigger picture, taking action, action oriented, but also has the right intentions, are driven by these values and these core values. And I feel like it's going to be the energy you need to move forward. And I feel like you're going to be moving forward from this lack mentality, because the Four of Coins in reverse can be one of two things, but I'm seeing it here as you're going to overcome it. And this could be also what's going on here with the King of Coins. Maybe you don't feel like you're completely abundant, or you don't feel like you're making this work, or just like, when you always feel like something comes up and then it just, crumbles everything. I feel like it has something to do with the way you think about money, or the way you think about abundance, or the way you think about your time giving through this abundance. This abundance, I mean, through money, this exchange. It's like there's been a weird exchange. You have a weird thing about money. Maybe you're one of those that think that you have to work hard for your money, or you think that there's never enough in life. Whatever it is, whatever limiting beliefs it is, think about it. This is something you should definitely, I can't tell you what to do, but it's definitely something I invite you to think about during this relaxing period, during this moment of, hermit stage, like interim, looking within. And so definitely ask yourself this question: what kind of limiting beliefs do I have around money? And for those who don't know who Madame Frances is, I definitely encourage you to maybe read her book. I'm finishing it right now, and I think it's just beautiful. Do the homework in there. It basically comes down to that: seeing your limiting beliefs, rewriting the story, because it's always the same story, right, that we're always telling ourselves. Rewriting the story. And the beauty here is this idea that I was telling you about with the Emperor, where you're going to get, it's right here, right? You have the blade, you have the Ace of Swords, which is like a new idea, new beginnings, a new perspective, new ways of seeing things. But more importantly, you have the your Emperor, who's gonna drive it home. It's just gonna drive it home to you, because you're gonna have just like, I'm just sensing a beautiful amount of motivation, inspiration. I feel like you're gonna get to this flow, but before you can get there, you really need to take this rest, my group twos, because this is hard. This is not easy stuff, but I feel like it's very necessary. It's going to be, it's one of those lessons that we need to go through. Almost not necessarily a tower moment, but I am getting a little bit that vibe with this Four of Swords from the Tower of the Divine. What's it called, by Yoshitani. It's just so brutal. So I don't think it's a tower moment, but I'm kind of getting that vibe from this card, right? It's just this card represents just deep rest, right? The original card is just a person lying down, and there's no swords going through this person. But it needs deep rest. The swords represent your mental state. And you have quite a few of them here. So you have like the mental state, and then you have money. So that's another This is another reason why I believe it has something to do with your limiting beliefs around money or abundance. Abundance is not only money, right? It could be abundance in relationships and the way you think. That also is a form of abundance. Your home, is a form of abundance. Your things, the quality of your emotions, the quality of your thoughts. Those are all, abundance to me, anyways. So, yeah, and then you have just a beautiful reading for the next 2 weeks. Let's see with the smoky mirrors. Yes, this is from the Mystic Shaman Oracle deck by Colin Baron Reed and Alberto Villoldo. And the smoky mirrors comes back to seeing things for what they are, seeing it in a new perspective. It really comes back to taking that rest so you can just remove the smog that's in front of your eyes, or maybe even your third eye, if you are someone who has been trying to work on your psychic abilities. I'm sensing that there is a couple here, and I feel like it's just a question of getting rid of the distractions, but more importantly, the things that are clouding your vision, clouding your judgments, the emotions. I love emotions, whether we want it or not. They're there to help us. I'm a full-blown Scorpio, so emotions are like my motto, and not my motto, but they're like, I can't escape them. I can't run away from them, and I still have a tendency of doing that, and it hurts so much. And the idea is not to run away from your emotions, as long as you embrace them, as long as you feel them. It's kind of like that metaphor of the pain and the suffering, right? Pain is the emotion. Suffering is holding on to that emotion and not letting it go, or not letting go of that memory of that emotionally driven jolt of hormones, or the emotionally driven jolt, that memory that creates that emotion that is attached to it, right? So really ungunking this vision. And I'm going to also read from the book, just so you get a little more in depth, just so you have another perspective. Yeah, so the essence of this card represents the aspect of what is implied, yet cannot be immediately known in the world. The mystery of how things come together and how they fall apart without obvious casualty. This symbol also represents the shadow of the human psyche, the parts of the self that one disowns. The smoky mirror can also represent a state of denial, or the inability or refusal to see the truth. So this is upright, so it's the invitation. When the symbol of the smoky mirror appears, you're invited to see beyond your own self. Acknowledge that past the limits of your current ability to perceive, there is a vast interconnected world where events are orchestrated in divine order, but challenging to fully grasp. Now is the time to trust that no matter what the current conditions of your world reflects, in the hidden realms, all aspects of the human journey are celebrated. The beauty and the darkness, the misery and the courage, no matter where you are on your journey, now know that some things are meant to be a mystery, which you are meant to understand only through experience. Take heart, for the smoky mirror will ultimately show you beauty and wonder once the fog lifts the distortion you see now. So it goes back to what I was saying in the beginning, that you cannot control. You cannot change what you can't control, right? This card also represents the unknown, being okay with the unknown, having faith that the smoke will lift in front of everything that's going on right now, and that the truth will set us free, and it will come out. But until then, just work on yourself. Work on yourself, girl. Work on yourself, honey. Like, you know, not your circus, not your monkeys, right? Whatever crazy shiznit is happening right now, just let the crazy ones just go even crazier, if that makes any sense. If that makes sense. I think you know what I mean. And I think that'll be all for my group ones. I hope this has resonated. If it has, let me know down in the comment section below. Just have a conversation with me. I would love, love, love to talk with you down in the comment section. If not, on my Instagram as well. Yeah, let's vibe. And have a great 2 weeks. Ciao. Hello, my group twos. Welcome back to your bi-weekly tarot pick a card reading. This was technically for last week, for the new moon in January. Unfortunately, I had not had the time to do it. Here it is, and yes, you will still have a pick a card for next week for the full moon. Like always, we're gonna do your overall energy. This time I have added an oracle card. You actually have two. Then we're gonna do what we need to know. Where is it all going? And if you're watching this from just another time frame, by all means, there's probably a message in it for you. If you are attracted to this reading, energy has no boundaries, so there is no limit to when you can watch these, right? And that's what's fun about pick a card readings. So let's begin right away. The King of Cups, calming tonic. You have rise, limitations inspire innovations. Ooh, I like how we have these two cards with the King of Cups. Okay, so kings are all big entrepreneurs, right? They're all entrepreneurs of specific areas. So the wands are that of movement, moving forward, passion, new, kind of like new ideas, but more like putting them into action amongst all the other aspects, very masculine aspects that kings would normally exhibit, right? Well, I mean, a well-balanced, aligned king would exhibit. And then you have the pentacles, which is all about abundance, material wealth. Then you have the swords, which is all about mental health and all that jazz. And then you have the King of Cups, which is all about emotions, the king of his emotions, and the king in a way where he can make decisions and be an entrepreneur and be super aligned and, very in tune with his values, right? Very in tune with his emotional state. I would even say he's like one of the most feminine type of kings, but at the end of the day, he's still a king, so he's still technically a masculine form of energy, like more masculine driven, right? Still in terms of go-getterness, still in terms of taking actions and not being afraid of taking those actions. He's just someone that might take a little more of his time. It's kind of like the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups, you can see it right away, the difference between the Knights of Wands, for example, with the Knight of Cups. The Cups is because they know how emotions work, because they're so in tune with that, because they know how it could run amok. They're not going to go, and they're the least of the impulsive kind of kings. And I feel for the next 2 weeks, the overall energy is for you to really tap in to that kind of king. I feel like you're already somebody who's an entrepreneur, but you have a way of maybe allowing certain emotions get to you, or not very aligned, or you try to push something that you don't really feel like doing. I mean, this king really, my impression of this king is that he is only doing what he loves to do, right? You have these beautiful flowers over here. He's not going to waste time in doing something that doesn't feel good, right? I mean, at the end of the day, there's mundane things that we need to do no matter what, but I feel like this king over here is going to find a way to love doing those things no matter what. He's mastered his emotions. He knows how much of this, how great of an energy that is, and how it could propel and change his environment and his relationships just by adding the right emotion behind it. And also, with that said, you have rise and you have limitations inspire innovations. So again, it comes back to this mundane thing. Just because they feel limiting doesn't mean they are limiting. Maybe you will be the one that's going to come up with this incredible idea of how to do these mundane things. Like I said, if you're able to just to switch, and that's what he's amazing at, if you're able just to switch that perspective, instead of seeing limitations, you see an opportunity. I mean, the game has changed. Like, you have won the game. Like, that's all we need to do in this world, is just see things in a different perspective. Stop being the victim, and that's the king gone wrong. Is like this victim state. And on the contrary, seeing everything as innovation, seeing it as an opportunity to grow and to rise and to just rise into this beautiful entrepreneur, right? Am I making sense? Let me know. Let me know down in the comment. Well, this is like your overall energy in the next 2 weeks. It's really to shift your perspective, rise up to the invitation, because this is an invitation. Seeing things as an innovation instead of limits is an invitation. It's your opportunity to rise up to that. Ooh, I love this for you, group 2. I really do. Let's see what we need to know. There's always a 7 of Swords that comes out in one of my readings. It's crazy. I guess because all the uncertainty and everything going around in the world, you have so many people just like, like jackals just coming and making you believe their lies and trying to manipulate and coerce. So much coercion going on right now, so much manipulation of information, of data, some misinformation. It's just so overwhelming sometimes. But no fear, it's just a shift of perspective. So here we have the 9 of Wands reverse. We have the 8 of Coins reverse, and then we have the 7 of Swords upright. Okay. I'm feeling a sense of self-sabotage over here because we have the 8 of Coins reverse, and the 7 of Cups could be entitled to someone, or it could be your own doing. So Swords, once again, it's all about the mental state, and it could be, someone's manipulating, or kind of like the Devil card. I'm kind of sensing like that Devil just kind of vibe over here, where you're just maybe guilt tripping yourself, or being or just procrastinating, or just just not working on your craft, because the 8 of Coins is about that. It's about working on your craft. And I feel like there's like a resistance to it right now. And this could be also the king, right? The king comes in to just see, or it could be also, you could have been sabotaged. Maybe like if you're in Canada right now, in certain parts of the country, it's on another lockdown. And I mean, it's not limited to just what's going on right now, but there might be something or someone who has sabotaged your hard work, and you almost felt helpless to the situation. It's kind of like what I was saying to my group once. Unfortunately, we cannot change what we do not control, but we can see things differently. We can see limitations into innovations. Ooh, yes. I feel like this is really where this whole rising above and moving forward, and just, I feel like there's something that might grow and prosper within this. I even feel like some of you should be like I invite you guys to check out my group ones, because we talked about that, and I'm feeling that energy here. I'm feeling like you've been very limited in certain areas in your life, even to the point of sabotaged, which kind of stifled your growth or stifled your practice. And that's just your situation right now. Let's see where this is all going. Eight of Wands, reverse. Ooh, High Priestess. Oh, and the Nine of Swords, reversed. Yes, okay. So where is this all going? It's going to be slow moving. You will be getting delays in the next 2 weeks. But it's like, honestly, if you really start working on removing this victim state and really replacing that with like, okay, you know, this king of cups in this deck, the vintage anatomy, it's elixirs. If you're able to just see emotions as they are, as just beautiful tools, and shift your perspective, there will be delays, but what's going to happen is this intense, beautiful High Priestess vibe that here you have over here. And that is like such a great omen. It's just, you will develop. If you guys have been trying to develop certain psychic abilities, this is a confirmation that if you keep working on it and you keep seeing, and if you just, you know, accept what is and rise up to the occasion and keep practicing, you will become this High Priestess. You will become this aligned being that sees all kinds of opportunities, that is grounded and rooted and harmonized, and just sees everything for what they are. And the beauty of this is that whatever hardships, whatever has been just keeping you up at night, it's just going to, I don't want to say disappear, but it won't be there anymore. It won't be, like I said, your perspective would have changed so drastically. I mean, not drastically and not quickly. Drastically, yes, not quickly, because you will have some delays. But the beauty is that it's going to pass, or you're just going to see it in a different light, and it won't bother you anymore. You're going to see it as lessons. You're going to see it as opportunities. You're going to see it as a beautiful way of waking yourself up, of really seeing the truth. Yes, like that's exactly the word. You're just going to wake up to everything that you've been doing to yourself, and everything that these opportunities, I call them opportunities. They might not look like it right now. All these opportunities are providing you, and you're just going to see it in a way that you've never seen it before. Let me see if this has something to do with work. I can't tell if it has something to do with work or school or a certain event or something. You'll know. You'll know what it is. It's just going to resonate. The first thing that comes to your mind, that's probably the right answer. And your oracle is the Serpent in reverse. So it's in the medicine form, meaning it's kind of like a protective notion. And to me, it's like another animal. And to me, the serpent, seeing it like this, kind of reminds me of the Kundalini. That was like the first thing that came up. I feel like you're having a trouble to just connect mind and soul. You've been working on that connection, or been trying to work on that connection to really embody and to bring your soul and to just have your soul take part in your decision making, have it take part and just feeling it and communicating with it, and I feel like that's something that you've had a little bit of trouble with. But let's see what the book has to say. 46. So the essence of the card, the serpent, is the life force of Mother Earth. The coiled serpent of the Kundalini brings passion, healing, and renewal. She offers us the fruit of the tree of knowledge in the Garden of Eden and reminds us to shed the past the way she sheds her tired, old skin. Serpents comes to offer you the forbidden fruit that will set your passion and creativity free. So in the medicine position, when you shed the past gracefully, life will not strip it away with great drama. Indeed, that is something you want to avoid. Do not use your energies to seduce others or allow yourself to be seduced, even by your own ideas. Interesting. That was not what I was expecting at all. So it could be this self-sabotaging notions again. Absolutely. That's why it'll be very important for you to, stay the course with the King of Cups. I even invite you to do more research on the King of Cups and try to embody this figure. Just see its characteristics. Meditate on it. Also, you can meditate on cards, especially major arcana cards, since they are like the pivotal. Well, this is not a major arcana. We only have the High Priestess as a major arcana, but you can definitely also channel in her or just look her up, the High Priestess. Actually, I think she's like a neutral. I don't think she's a she or a he. Doesn't really matter. Yes. So definitely shedding the past, shedding whatever was here, whatever was going on, whatever self-sabotaging or somebody at work or whoever was sabotaging you and made you feel helpless. Just shedding all that. Letting the past go. Do not turn it into a drama. Is not worth it. You're meant to come over here now. You're meant to come to the High Priestess. And by doing so, you're just going to let go of everything and everyone and any situation that has just kept you up at night. Again, it's not going to be right away. Within the next 2 weeks, there might be delays. But just keep working at it. Keep seeing your limitations as innovations. And I think that is it for my group twos. Let me know if this has resonated down below. Share, like, and subscribe if you feel called to. And yeah, let's just vibe. Let's talk. Let's chat down in the chat boxes. Definitely like to know how you've been doing, how you've been holding up. And that's it. Ciao. Hello, my group threes. Welcome back to bi-weekly tarot pick a card reading for January's new moon. Yes, unfortunately, I'm a little late. And yes, you will still get a pick a card on next week, basically for the full moon.
Yes, so I definitely apologize to everybody. You will get a what does your higher self need to tell you? Pick a card reading next week, and also a beautiful meditation. I'm very excited for that, actually. It's going to be a Reiki healing.
So we're going to start right away. As usually, we're going to do the overall energy for the next 2 weeks. Where is it all going? Actually, what do we need to know? And where is it all going? So this time around, I pulled a tarot and I pulled an oracle card. Ooh, okay, so you have the Hermit in reverse, and overrate your intuition. So if you've been hermiting for the last month, 2 months, 3 months, last year maybe, it's time to get out of that hermit state. It's time. It could have been a funk too, or it could have been a lot of just inner work. Whatever it is, it's time to just get out of it. I feel like you're someone who has been working on themselves. just aligning themselves, getting to know themselves. And you might be, I feel like all three of my groups have been working on their psychic abilities. Here is just telling you, trust in your intuition. I feel like you've known for a very long time that it's time for you to get out of your shell, get out there. If you haven't been in a dating grounds, now it's time to go out, mingle, have fun, communicate, get in touch with new people, contact new people, maybe getting a new job. Whatever it is, it's time for you to get out of your comfort zone. Very important. Very important for the next 2 weeks. I feel like it's going to be like, well, it is technically the theme. And to just go with the flow, to not overthink anything, not overreact to anything. Just allow your intuition to trust you. You know, even when we don't use our intuition, it's continuously talking to us. And even if we follow a hunch and it turns out not to be very satisfying, or you didn't really understand why you were taking there, the fact that you're just listening to your intuition will just continuously help it grow. It's just going to, it's going to strengthen it every time you use it, even if you feel like it wasn't really right. Just the fact that, one, that you're making a decision, because we have a tendency of overthinking things and never making a decision, and that actually holds your energy back. That actually stagnates us more than just making a decision. I'm not saying to just, you know, if you're planning on buying a house, just, you know, making a huge purchase without making any research or anything. That's different. There's moments where you know you need to take a little more time, but in overall, we're usually always overthinking little stuff in our lives, and that just stagnates us. Yeah. So remember, the next 2 weeks is for you to get out of your comfort zone, and more importantly, to just believe whatever your intuition is telling you. I feel like even if the hunch is just like for example, you have a hunch to go to this bakery that you know you're not going to find anything there, just go with it. Trust your intuition. Like it says here, overrate your intuition. Go there, go inside, look and do what you would normally do. If you don't buy anything, you're like, no, nothing's attracting me. But as soon as you go out, maybe there's going to be somebody there that, you know, a potential client or someone that's going to tell you exactly what you needed to hear, right? So just because you have a hunch and it doesn't make sense, don't doubt it just yet. Go with it, especially if it's not dangerous. Just go with it. I mean, who cares if you're going to a bakery on the other side of the, you know, other side of the city? Just go with it. You have nothing to really lose except for a bit of time. And what if you do find something incredible over there? Maybe it's on your way there and you're going to find something. Or maybe on your way there, you're going to have another hunch to, you know, get out of the exit and go to the city where you end up finding the apartment of your dreams, or finding the man of your dreams, or finding the job of your dreams. Anything is possible, but you need to practice your intuition for that. All right. Let's see, what do we need to know? So what do we need to know? You have the Page of Coins in reverse. You have the King of Swords upright, and then you have the Queen of Coins reversed. So what do we need to know? What do we need to know? Okay. You're way too analytical about a particular endeavor that has been presented to you. So what do we need to know about the situation right now for the next 2 weeks? Particularly, you've been offered maybe a new project. You've been offered something that might potentially bring you some kind of income. But right now, you are like just overthinking it. That's what I'm seeing here. Or you're just being a little bit too analytical. It's a King of Swords in reverse and upright. So it just might be you're just overthinking it a little too much, which is keeping you stagnant from maybe acquiring or maybe even taking a leap of faith towards this direction. And it's also stagnating you into just taking this jump and allowing the abundance come to you, right? maybe even to allow these ideas to come to you as well. I don't know why, but I feel like it's more like an offer. You see how this goat is just, it almost looks like this goat is offering her a pentacle, right? I feel like somebody's offering you an opportunity to become this queen, to become like the queen of your abundance, the queen of your domain, and like the ultimate yin. But because you're so used to being this, not cold-hearted, but this just analytical person, my way is the highway, my way or the highway, I mean, and maybe a little too disconnected to this yin energy. And also, I mean, it's gonna have to get you out of this comfort zone, right? I feel like that's the biggest fear, and that's the biggest stagnation over here. It's gonna, like the overall energy says, you need to get out of your comfort zone. If you want opportunities to come, you need to take the leap. And I really feel like you're gonna become, I feel like the fear is that you're gonna take a leap of faith and then you're just gonna lose it all. But at the end of the day, money's just a currency. You will get it back. It's not like it's impossible for you to get back whatever you lost, unless you overthink it, and unless you hold on to that money, hold on to the money that you've lost, and just dwell on that instead of seeing opportunities. Does that make sense? Let's see where this is let's see where this is taking you. You got an extra card here. So the 8 of Cups reversed. You have the 9 of Cups upright. Oh, that's a good sign. Hangman up, the Hangman reverse, and then you have 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, no. I was thinking about the wands. Well, even if I am thinking about the wands, it could be a good omen. It would still be pretty good to talk about it. So there's something that will be coming fast. I'm saying that because the 8 of Swords reminded me of the 8 of Wands. But the 8 of Swords originally is, right, this woman that is blinded. Blinded by the lights. Oh, maybe you're blinded by your own light. I don't know why that song came up. I know a little bit, but still pretty cool that it came up. Okay, give me a moment here, guys. Okay, I don't know why I feel like some of you are planning a move or want to plan a move. Maybe buying something. All I know is that there's like a reluctance of moving forward. Maybe it could be also, yeah, maybe you're planning on making a big purchase. Maybe you're planning on buying a plot of land and you're just overthinking everything and you're afraid that, you won't be able to build back everything that I was saying. Maybe you watch my group too. We talked about that also, how, our mindset will control if money flows in easily or if it doesn't. Our state of mind around money is very important to check in with and rewrite that story, right? The limiting beliefs behind money. Are you someone who thinks that you need to work hard for your money? Are you someone who believes that there's not enough in the world? When you start writing your concepts around money, you'll really start to see everything that is preventing you from receiving this currency, receiving this energy. So I feel like there's something that you are, basically where this is all going is that you're holding back. You kind of need to walk away from this old way of thinking, this old lifestyle, and you're kind of reluctant. You kind of don't want to. But there will be success because you have the 9 of Cups, which is about this person in front of his 9 cups. Actually, no, that's the 10 of Cups. Wait a second here. Well, again, if I'm thinking about that, then you probably will have success, but it will require you to see things differently because now you don't want to see things differently. You really have this King of Swords that's just taking over. So the 9 of Cups. Oh yes, that's what it is. Sorry. No, I did that correctly. I have sometimes trouble with these little peg, with these peg actual types of cards. So let me just confirm. Yeah, your wishes come true. Yeah. Okay, yeah, no. So it is that. Sorry. For some reason, I was mistaking it for just... I wasn't giving myself enough credit, basically. So the Knight of Cups, regardless of what's going on, as long as you get out of your comfort zone, as long as you take the leap, obviously you still want to take... Like, the King of Swords is not a completely bad. It's really taking calculated leaps. Because even the rich, they don't just take risks and just jump and blow their money away. No, they take calculated risks. They're not dumb. You're not gonna go and put a down payment on a house without checking the foundations, without checking it to see if it's rotten. I mean, unless you have, unless you're a billionaire and you just really don't care, you really want that plot of land or something, but you're gonna go and you're gonna check and you're gonna see how you feel and you're gonna check to see if it's actually worth buying. So that's, in one way, the King of Swords is great in that. Is just don't get stuck on overthinking everything, over analyzing everything. Especially right now with everything that's just so indecisive. Everything is so... what's the word I'm looking for? The unknown is so prominent right now. But you will need to walk away from something that's holding you back, a situation, a place, a job. You need to walk away from an opportunity, like walking away from this opportunity that's holding you back, really. It's like you're holding on to the past. You gotta let go of the past and really get... Honestly, I'm gonna emphasize the comfort zone because that is your main theme. Listen to your... overrate your intuition. It's kind of like, this is where it's supposed to go. Yes, still make calculated decisions, but this is what's important. It's your intuition. It's overrating it. And really, get crack-a-lacking and like get out of your comfort zone. All right, let's go. And as soon as you do that, you have the wishes fulfilled card. You're still gonna have fear because you still have a lot of work to do on seeing things differently. Just want to make sure I have enough time. Yes. Yeah, you still have to work on seeing things differently. The perspective card, the Hangman, it's your only major arcana here. Actually, no, with the Hermit, with getting out of your comfort zone. So again, get out of your comfort zone. So the Hangman in reversed. It's kind of reminds me of the Eight of Cups, which is traditionally the person walking away from cups that no longer serve him. This is the same thing. You need to start seeing things in different light, walking towards what you do want instead of just staying and observing what you don't want or staying in that position of what you don't want. It's really that perspective card, but it's also standing still. It's also stagnation. So I was talking about things are going to come fast because I kind of saw it as the Eight of Wands. But here's also, yes, things might go fast, but if you don't change your perspective, you might stay stagnant a little longer. It kind of feels like these are vines and it's just holding you back, right? But it could also mean that the stagnation might actually be over. The only thing that will be left to do for you at the end of all this, where this is all going, is for you to release your fear. Because the Eight of Swords is this woman, again, blindfolded, but she's only blindfolded and attached. She doesn't realize, or she doesn't want to see that she can actually take the blindfold off, that she's not completely trapped. And this is her own doing, right? It's her own mental state. Is it's over analyzing or just... I feel like you're someone who really really needs to face their fears. In terms of facing your fears of yourself, or your fears of getting uncomfortable, or your fears of, practicing the things that are not very common. Maybe, high priestess work, or like at the end of the day, you need to practice what you preach, but more importantly, you need to practice your arts, your skills. Studying isn't going to get you so far. It's the practice that really teaches someone the art. Okay? That could have been just for a couple of you, but yeah, let me know if that resonates. And then you have the Time Master as your oracle from the Mystical Shaman Oracle card. I have the infinity here. To me, this card just means stop looking at the past. Stop looking at the drama from a time that doesn't exist anymore. It's time to really stay present and to maybe even think about your future. Time to start writing down or creating that vision for yourself. Creating a vision board might actually be very beneficial for you. And do it. Don't just say you're going to do it. Do it. Because having a vision board could really help and concretize, because you have something you're staring at every single day, and it has to be somewhere where you'll see it every day, but also something beautiful that entices you to see it every day, right? It could be words that you put on your phone or on particular places where you're going to see. But yeah, start reprogramming, start rewriting the story that you want for yourself, or to at least, just like I said, have a vision of what you want, which could be the hardest sometimes. Let's read the book too. So the essence of this card, of the Time Master: time is a construct of the human mind through which life events are seen to flow in a straight line from past to future. This, however, is an illusion. Time moves in patterns, fractals, sometimes turning like a wheel, and others moving straight as an arrow. Humans see time like a ticking clock, and this image reminds us that there is only so much of it to spend in a life, like a kind of currency. At any given moment, you can see time in all its infinite potentials. At once vast and all-encompassing, then shrinken, and infinite. It all depends on perspective. Hopefully you guys got all that. Anyways, U is reverse, so it's the medicine message. So the kind of like the protective message. Sometimes it appears that you're running out of time. You worry you won't get what you want or need. Everything gets stuck in a log jam. This is only in your mind. Time expands and contracts according to your ability to be mindful and observant. Fully engaged in your now, it's time to release the story of your past. Equally, it's time to release your need to know the details of the future. Ooh, that's very good, actually. All the treasure magically reveals itself when you remain relaxed and present to what is directly in front of you and nothing else. Then you realize you have all the time in the world. You will never run out of it. Oh, that's a beautiful message, guys. That could also be, this King of Swords that I was seeing, just this analytical perspective and just too stuck in the past, and in this case also in the future, which is preventing you to move forward, preventing you from getting out of your comfort zone. But right outside that threshold is all your wishes, desires. There might be still a stagnation of perspective, or there might be actually a moving forward. Whatever it is, it's only you who could take off that band-aid, the bandana off of your eyes, right? The perspective will change when you decide it will, when you decide to see things differently. And it is a decision. It might feel hard. It might feel like it's not your decision, but it is. A lot of people, we don't realize, but this victim state mentality is a choice. It doesn't feel like a choice because we've been so programmed, and it's been driven into our brains for so long that it feels like a reflex, and it is a reflex. But changing this reflex is a choice. right? Same thing, seeing money as a currency, as an energy, and that has no limits. Has no limits for you if you decide to. That's all I have for my group threes for you guys for the next few weeks. Let me know if this resonates. Even if it didn't, if you just feel like just saying hello or starting up a conversation, let me just write down there. Just feel free to write down in the comment section. DM me. You can even find me on Instagram. I absolutely love chatting with you guys. And take it easy. Don't let all this cloud your minds and your hearts, okay? Yeah, that's it. Like, share, subscribe if this has helped in any way. And that's it. Have a great 2 weeks. Ciao.